Hi, everyone. I'm Jen Ringgold, the Director of Educational Ministries at UCC Midland in Midland, Michigan. And today I want to talk to you about stories. For the last several weeks, each Sunday, I have shared a video of a story with you. There have been stories from some of my favorite authors and stories from the Bible as well. As people of faith, we have a Bible library full of stories to help us see things in new and different ways. One of the things that we have noticed as church staff is that throughout the last 4 months, there have been so many new ways to see Scripture that we in the past have read over and over again. Bible stories and other stories have this incredible ability to teach us of important new things related to current events and our lives right now. Stories are so important for helping us to learn and to be curious. Our faith stories share how others have taught people how to live and learn in community. And they help us to always be seeking new ways to see the world. When we read a faith story, we have an amazing opportunity to see that story through lots of lenses. We get to look at it from the author's point of view. We get to look at it from the audience to whom it was written. We get to look at it through our own life experience. The more stories we hear and know, the more opportunities we have to consider the lives of who wrote them, the experiences they had to share, and what they mean to us. All of this is to say that I'm super excited to share with you all an opportunity to hear lots more stories this summer. I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Jennifer Vanette, who will be sharing those stories with all of us.
Hi everyone, it's the other Miss Jen, and I get to talk to you about an upcoming exciting series that we're going to do, Miss Jen and I, called Racial Justice Story Hour. And it's going to be kind of like going to a library story time, only we'll get together on our computers and read stories together and talk about them. And I have this whole stack full of amazing books about all sorts of different people, real people and fictional stories, and all beautifully illustrated. And it's going to be so much fun to share these stories with you. I wanted to do this because sometimes we don't always have stories in our schools or our homes that are what we call representational. And that's a big word that just means that all kinds of different people, no matter their different backgrounds, different race, different ethnicity, but that we share stories about them and we hear about them and learn about them. And sometimes we forget to do that, and we always gravitate towards things that are more similar to people who look like us or came from the same place as us. We do a better job being good neighbors to all people when we learn about them and see all the exciting and wonderful things that they have done in the world and contributed. And so we just want to do that this summer, celebrate all different kinds of people that make up the whole human family, and spend some time thinking about it and even being able to ask questions and wonder, because being curious is a really great thing. So I have so many stories. We'll start with the youngest marcher. So we'll talk about kids. We'll talk about not just waiting until you grow up to make any kind of change in the world, but that we can all work together starting right now, today, whatever age you're at. We'll talk about people from different parts of the world, and we'll talk about people who come from different backgrounds, and I'm like dropping the books because I have so many. We'll talk about people who were artists and shared their gifts through art, and people who built the libraries and told the stories so that we can keep doing that. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm so excited to be able to share all these amazing stories with you this summer, and I hope that you'll join us no matter how old you are. I promise there will be things to learn for everyone, and if you're like me and you like pictures, the pictures are going to be amazing, so come just for that too. But I think it's important that we learn about each other, and I hope that you feel that way too. Hope to see you there.
The Bible story that Roger shares in worship this Sunday helps us remember that even Jesus said learning all the stories and helping all the people wouldn't be easy, but that if we do it together, we can help each other. I recently participated in a webinar with the incredible author Ibram Kendi, who wrote Stamped from the Beginning and How to Be Anti-Racist. The purpose for the webinar was to introduce his new children's book about teaching children these challenging topics. A concept that Kendi shared was that regardless of the color of our skin, if we don't teach our children to be anti-racist, that the narrative of the systems in power in our world automatically model and teach racism. Knowing this to be true, regardless of our age, we must work to teach ourselves and others a more comprehensive narrative, the whole story, the rest of the story that includes and uplifts a diverse storytelling that shares all cultures, races, and ethnicities. We have much to learn, and many of us have much to unlearn. I invite you to join us this summer every Thursday at 1 o'clock. Sign up using the online registration today. All are invited, all are welcome to listen to diverse stories this summer in a way to start to engage the language and histories and questions that will help us to better understand a more complete picture of all the humans who have contributed to our past and present so that we might learn how to better work for a more just future. As this week's Bible story shares, when we do this work together, we don't have to be afraid to stand up, speak up, and show up in solidarity with those whose stories have not been shared equally. Hope to see you Thursday.